Good morning, everybody. Once again, we are going to study about the electoral politics. Before we move with the another topic, let us recall what we have studied in our previous classes. So, we have studied about elections that happened in Haryana in the year 1987 when Chaudhry Devilal, the leader of Lokdal, he fought for the Nyay Yudh or the struggle for justice, and he won 76 seats out of 90 seats. This was the time when he won and Congress party lost the election, but he did what he promised to the farmers, but he could not maintain it, run it for a longer period. But in the next year, next election, his party lost confidence and Lokdal did not come into majority. Then why do we need elections? So we need elections because we have some choices at who will make the laws, who will form the government and take major decisions, who will make the law making body policies. Then we studied about the elections, what makes an election democratic. So there were 5 points. So everyone is to able to choose, everyone has equal vote, one vote and one value. There should be some parties to contest election and should offer some real choices. Elections must be held regularly after every 5 years, every few years. Then why people do not come to the politics? So it says the parties and candidates, they play a dirty tricks to win elections. Then we learnt about constituencies, reserved constituencies, voter list, and nomination of candidates. So they should not be criminals or their criminal cases pending against the candidates. They should give all their liabilities, their assets should be mentioned, the qualifications of the candidate should be given. So let's see what should be the educational qualification for candidates. Like we see that everywhere, whenever you're going to go for to fight an exam, say you want to become an IAS officer, you want to become a doctor, you want to become an engineer, like everywhere you go you have to fight a competition, you can say a test, you have to give tests, exams to clarify. If you beat a lot of your opponents, competitors, then you are selected. So very first we can say in elections no educational qualification for holding such an important position. This is one of the field where the ministers, when you talk about the politics, ministers, MLAs, MPs, they don't require any qualification. What they require, that they should be the citizen of India, their name should be in the voter list, and then they are eligible to contest elections. when some kind of educational qualifications is needed for any other job in the country. Like even if you want a job of a peon, when you're talking about government institutions, so he should be educated at least 10th or somewhere 12th. This is the qualification he should have to become a peon. But to run the country, to run the nation, these people require no qualification. Educational qualifications are not relevant to all kinds of jobs. The relevant qualification for selection of the Indian cricket team is not the attainment of educational degree. Says means if you have to join the Indian cricket team, you don't require a educational degree like BA, BCom or MSc, MCom or any other 12th pass. But what is required? But the ability to play cricket well. This is the requirement to come into a cricket team. If you can play a good football, then you can be selected for a football team, any sports. So similarly, the relevant qualification for being an MLA or an MP is the ability to understand people's concern, problems, and to represent their interest. So if a person has these qualities in him, that he understands people, he knows what are the problems, he can solve the problems, then he is eligible to become an MP or an MLA. means he can fight an election. Whether they are or they can do so or not is examined by lakhs of examiners. We call them voters, public. Their voters, and this is done after every 5 years. People get a chance to decide whether their person, whether they are going to choose the person is eligible for fighting the election or not, or if he is been chosen, then he is going to resolve their problems or not. Even if education was relevant, it should be left to the people to decide how much importance they give to educational qualification. Like everywhere there are some institutions to decide for the qualification. Like entering into a school, so we require birth certificate. If you change actually this is not a qualification, but once you enter you require a birth certificate, how old you are, then you are placed into that class according to your age. But once you leave, or if you want to join any other school, there they are going to ask you about your qualification for the birth date and till what class you have studied in the other schools. And after that, as you grow on, keep on growing on, and when you do your 10th 12th graduations, post graduations, or any other diploma courses, and then you are going to go for your degree, or if you are going to go for any job, then there are some institutions that are going to say how much qualified you are. But in elections there is no institution that decides about the about the qualifications of the MPs and MLAs. It is left to public. It says they give how much importance they give to education qualification. Which the public says that education is not required and he is very good leader, they are going to choose him. But if you are very efficient in working, you may be very good in solving problems, but for jobs, sorry sir, you may have a lot of qualities, but your education is not up to the mark, so we cannot hire you. In our country, putting an educational qualification would go against the spirit of democracy. Democracy for yet another reason. What is the reason? You can see that it says it would deprive, yeah, it would mean depriving, means not giving an opportunity, a majority of the country's citizens the right to contest elections. Why are we going to deprive? Because it says if we say a graduate, take for an example that we are going to say we need a graduate degree, like BA, or you can say like BSc was made compulsory for candidates, then it says like more than 90% of the citizens, more than 90% of citizens will become eligible to contest elections. Because in India the education literacy rate is quite low. Then those people, there are many people who just study about 10th or 12th. Very few people attain the degree of BAs, graduates, postgraduates. So it says 90%, more than 90% people, if they are not eligible for contesting elections, then it is no use. So the democracy gives everyone a chance, that everyone should have an equal opportunity. That's why it is left, election system or the choosing qualifications for a candidate is left blank. So anyone can stand whether he is literate or illiterate. We can see the difference in politics when literate people come to politics, what they do, and when illiterate people come to politics, what they do. We have an example of like Arvind Kejriwal in Delhi. You can see his work, and you can see the other leaders in the other states, how they are running the country. There are some good things, there are some bad things. Now it's all depends on you whether this education qualification candidates is justified or not justified. You are also being educated, you are gaining knowledge. See if you can change anything or something.